You have no idea how much you will learn in this video. You will learn what Hollywood teaches us about being 1% better, how you can hack the economy using this system, the incredible 1% math in chess, 4 great tactics on how to be 1% better every day, and you will want to take action. And that's the most important thing. After the video is over, everyone will be saying, "I'd better get started with this 1% thing." Let's get started. What is Hollywood teaching us about being 1% better? We watched Rocky Balboa running through the streets of Philadelphia, punching meat in the cooler until he was the best. We watched Mulan climb a wooden pole until she became the best soldier in the army. We know about the Karate Kid who painted fences until he beat the annoying kids at school. It takes months, maybe years, for the main characters to reach their goals. But Hollywood studios use such a montage technique that in a few minutes they convince you that the main character has spent months, even years in that situation, in that development. Because if the viewer is not convinced that that development process took months or even years, the result will be grinning. Because everyone knows that in order to become an expert, even in mundane subjects, you have to work regularly. This is one of the most important messages that Hollywood gives us. It doesn't matter if we are 1% better or 1% worse at the beginning. These small changes may not make a noticeable difference at the beginning. But if we continue on a regular basis, see what changes. These small steps can create big transformations. Many success stories are the result of small but sustained improvements. By taking one small step every day, it is possible to achieve great success. This approach is an effective method not only for personal development but also for business and financial success. I will not give the history and geography because there are different rumors about it. Let's say the king of the period hears the praise of a game called chess spreading among the people and summons the person who is said to have invented it to his presence. He says, "I like this game very much. Wish me whatever you wish." The man says, "I beg your pardon, my king, I don't want anything." Then the king gets angry. "How can you not ask anything from your king? Ask whatever you want from me." This time our man said, "My king, there are 64 squares in chess. I want 1 brass for the first square, 2 for the second, 4 for the third. So, if you give me twice as much rice for each square as the previous one, that will be enough for me." The king said, "Look at this fool." The king tells him to wish for whatever he wants. This fool only wants a handful of rice. "Vizier, come here quickly. Give this fool whatever he wants, then throw him out of my palace." The vizier takes the man to the granary and they begin to calculate. After days, the vizier comes to the king. "My king, the granary was full to the brim, but the rice in it was not enough for the man's calculation. Even if we empty all the granaries in Egypt, India, China, even if we collect all the rice that will be collected for years, we still cannot give him the rice that this man calculated." This example shows us that small changes of 1% can have big consequences. 1 grain of rice can make you gain nothing or lose you nothing. But if you stick to the 1% rule, this system can make you fly. It may take time to see the big effects of small but sustained changes, but the combination of these small steps can add up to a big success. What does it look like to be 1% better every day? Let's give some examples. Let's use financial examples. Save just 1% on your first paycheck, then increase it by 1% with each paycheck. Read just 1 page of a financial book every day, increasing by 1%. Save 1% on your utility bills and car fuel for the first month, then increase this by 1% every month. Health tips. Consume 1% fewer calories today than yesterday, expend 1% more calories and increase this by 1% each day. Chew your food 1% more each day. Start exercising for just 1 minute a day, increasing it every day. Examples for success. Eliminate only 1% of unnecessary tasks from your life every day. Take just 1% steps each day to live in the environment you envision. These examples show how the 1% rule can be applied in every field. It is possible to achieve big changes by taking small steps. Making small progress every day can make a big difference over time. This approach can be effective in a wide range of areas, from personal development to business success. The accumulation of small changes can lead to big results, and you can enjoy the process. So, how do we apply the 1% strategy? How do we start? What are the important points? There are 4 globally accepted steps, friends. When you take these 4 steps, your life magically starts to change with the 1% strategy. We will get to that right away, but I want to give one more example. One of the areas where we can make serious changes in our lives is learning a language. Because it doesn't matter what your level is. If you improve yourself by 1% every day for 2.5 months, after 2.5 months your language skills will double. Isn't that incredible? And when you know English, you can access 100 times more resources than you can access on the internet right now. You can collect much more memories on your trips and vacations, and if you have plans abroad, you can be much ahead of everyone else in job applications. You can see the big benefits of small but continuous improvements. How to be 1% better every day. 4 critical tactics. Prioritize. The examples I just gave you guys are just to open your minds. Don't do this. Don't take all the issues in your life in front of you and say I'm going to improve them all by 1%. That's against the 1% philosophy. Here's what you do. You take the most important issue for you and start progressing on it by 1% every day. And after a month, after everything has settled down, after you're used to getting better and better at it, after you've made it a habit, what's next? So, move on to the next one. Take your new project in front of you and start moving 1% on it. This approach keeps you focused and successful in every area. By taking small steps in line with the priorities you set, you can reach big goals. 1% is easy. Please remember, 1% progress is easy, but it is easier not to progress 1%. In other words, it is easy to do, but it is easier not to do. For example, it is easy to save 20 liras, but it is easier to spend it. It is easy to read a page of a book, yes, but it is much easier not to read a page of a book and watch a video instead. It is easy to exercise for a minute, but it is easier to lie on the couch instead. Once you start your 1% process, friends, make choices that will add to you, not take away from you, as they will be easy to do and easy not to do. By focusing on small changes, you can achieve big results. Stop small losses. I will say something interesting. Growth comes from doing 1% things every day, while losses come from 1% things. Small habits can make a big difference. Sugary drinks, junk food, bad habits, laziness, watching unnecessary videos. These may seem very small, but the accumulation of these small losses can set you back. Small changes can have a big impact. By stopping the losses, you can lead a successful life. Don't want to go back? Let me say this briefly. 1% progress every day. Progress is absolutely guaranteed. Much more self-confidence, much better life, great results, success. By taking a small step every day, you can make these big changes. By regularly making small progress every day, you can achieve big goals. The accumulation of small steps can bring big achievements. By taking this approach, you can live a better life. You have to do something, you have to decide something. For example, you have to make a decision, you have to take these steps to get your health back. Then, your health will be much better and your quality of life will improve. You have to focus on one thing that is important in your life. Just 1% progress every day can change your life drastically. You have to take action to do something. Small but continuous progress can make a big difference. By practicing these 4 steps you learned in this video, you can start changing your life. If you liked the video, please click the like button below and don't forget to subscribe. See you again in a new video. Bye.